Testing. All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. This is cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre. And today we are going to be talking about a very interesting topic that I love to talk about, which is why do you need cyber insurance and what is cyber insurance? So, just before I get started, I want to put the disclaimer out there that I am not an insurance agent or broker. And today I'll be talking about cyber insurance on the perspective of me being a cybersecurity expert and why I think that all of our clients and all businesses should consider this. So let's go ahead and get started on what is cyber insurance and why you need it and why you should consider it. So cyber insurance can be essential in helping your company recover after a data breach, with costs that can include business disruption, revenue loss, equipment damage, legal fees, and etc. So the first thing that you may be thinking about when it comes to insurance is errors and omission and general liability. So again, check with your policy, check with your insurance broker or your insurance agent, but typically errors and omission and general liability do not touch cybersecurity. Cyber insurance is a totally different policy. One of the things, and the first thing that cyber policy would have is what is called theft and fraud. Perfect example is one of our clients had a situation where they were talking with someone in an email, and their employee got tricked. That's what happened. They thought they were speaking to a particular person, a vendor, and they sent $18,000 via wire to someone else. A couple of days later, they realized that they were duped. And when they went to their bank, which was a national bank in the United States, the bank says, well, since you were the one that actually sent the wire, we cannot get it back. And we're not going to cover it. So that means that customer lost $18,000 because of that employee's mistake. Well, something like cyber insurance would cover this type of theft and fraud and help you get back any stolen or fraudulent transfers. So that's the first big reason why you should consider that. The second thing is legal investigations. If and when you get cyber attacked, the lawyers are going to be coming after you because, as I'm going to be talking, you're going to have clients that may have gotten affected. You may have your supply chain where you're not meeting your standard level agreement and the time that you told your clients when you would have something. And you're going to have a lot of legal bills. And again, something on what cyber insurance policies will cover is that if your systems and if your company got hacked, that those legal bills would be protected. In fact, the insurance companies, from what I've seen, they're actually going to be providing you their lawyers that specialize in these type of things and are ready to help you. The next thing that cyber insurance policy is going to cover for you is when you do have a data breach, it's going to help you with that information when it comes to how did it happen. So your systems got hacked. Are the hackers still in? Did they get in through an email? Did they get in because of your poor firewall? So your policy will actually be sending people to your office virtually or in person, and they're going to investigate. They're going to check the logs. They're going to try to see how did this happen because they want to now make sure it doesn't happen again because, of course, their policy is going to have to pay out. So they're essentially going to figure out where the hole is and help plug that hole in. Now, the next thing that is going to come is loss of income. Perfect example is the Colonial Pipeline. When they had that situation about 6 months ago, when they had to shut down their business, they could no longer bill. Their employees couldn't work, and they could no longer bill their clients because they weren't providing the services and the products to their clients. And they lost millions of dollars. Well, in this case, in some policies, you want to talk to your agent because you want to let them know that, hey, if I can't work for 2-3 weeks, I'm going to be burning a lot of cash because I still have to pay my employees and I still have my rent and other expenses. So cyber insurance will cover that type of loss of income. Another thing is extortion. So that usually happens when it's a ransomware situation. And ransomware is when they take your files, they lock it, and now they're saying, if you want your data back, you have to pay us in some type of cryptocurrency. So some policies will actually pay the ransom, some other ones won't. There's actually a lot of legislation that is actually saying that you don't want to pay it, but nevertheless, there has been a lot of cases where the insurance policy will pay out that ransom. Again, and if you had a general liability or errors and omission, that wouldn't be covered in there. Number 6 is reputation management. Just imagine the black eye that you're going to get because your company is on the news. Your company is on the first page of the news because your systems got hacked. You're going to need a PR company to help you with this process. They're going to need to, for lack of a better word, spin or even just help educate your customers. And really, when you're in this situation, you need someone who's trained for these type of situations. You need these type of professionals because you're going to get media calls. You're going to get customers. Your vendors are going to call you and say, was my information stolen? So you need someone, not the CEO, not the office manager, to answer those phone calls and to now give an explanation of based on what you know and what you are able to release on exactly what happened and what you're doing about it. And they are PR companies that specialize in that aspect. And again, most policies will actually pay that. Another item that you're going to need is digital recovery. Digital recovery is essentially going back to how we talked about the ransomware. And if your files have been taken, there's something called double extortion, where they're actually going after your clients because they're going to tell your clients that, hey, we have this information, and if you don't pay, then we're going to release it. So there's all of these types of things that's happening that your insurance company has negotiators on staff or contract, whatever the case is, but they have people on standby is the point that will actually assist in that process. And they've been there. They know who these hackers are. They know the big five that are out there, and they know how much they can help in these situations. Lastly, it's going to be physical damages. A lot of times when I hear of people with ransomware attacks and they call us for advice and they tell me how bad it is, I tell them, look, it's better if you just replace the computer. Because even if you change the hard drive or format the hard drive, reinstall the operating system, there could still be certain, let's just say, for lack of better words, remnants, or it could be crumbles. Think of that. There could still be something like that on the systems. It could be in the memory. It could be in on the motherboard. So there's different ways that the hackers that we've seen that even after you replace the hard drive, even after you did a firmware update and fix whatever those things is, there's still trails of the attacker, and they come right back and then they hit you up again for some type of ransomware. So it's so important that many times you just replace the computers, replace the network devices, because you just don't know if they're really out of the system. So that is my 8 items that, again, is why I think that you should really consider having cyber insurance. As you're going to see, I'm not trying to sell it to you. I am not an insurance agent or broker. I'm just giving you my perspective as a cybersecurity expert on why your business should have it. Here in Miami, Florida, it's September 2021. And just to give you an idea, we had one client, they do construction and or construction consulting, actually. They don't actually do the construction. They do about $5 million in sales, and their policy was about $4,000. So just to kind of give you an idea of how much it is, $3 million in sales, $4,000 a year policy to cover you for these type of things. I can tell you it's going to cost way more, because I didn't even go into the forensic, a breach coach. I mean, there's so much other stuff. Also, one more thing I'm going to mention is, let's just say, for example, your client's information is out there. You may have to pay those the credit bureaus to do credit monitoring for your clients or for your vendors. So there's so much other expenses. And like I said, I wanted to kind of keep this video less than 10 minutes, but there's so much other benefits of having cyber insurance. So what I'll even try to do now is I'll try to contact a broker or insurance agent to come on, and I'm going to actually do an interview with them, and for them to kind of talk about some horror stories of people and that had unfortunately been hacked, but then how the insurance was able to help them because they had that policy. So look out for that video coming soon. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, ArcSolvers IT Services, located in South Florida. Thank you.